would have to say that I believe the students get the freedom to choose on their own, and we do our best not to discourage the book. Sometimes they pick a book that's not appropriate, but 90% of the time they feel empowered to pick a book. And my thing is here in the library at View is let's go shopping. Let's find a book that makes us happy, and you'll know when you see it, and that's the book for you. And they get excited.
It is a space and time that is dedicated to your interests. It is 20 to 30 minutes a week where they can engage with a space on their own terms. If they want to read about snakes every week, if they want to read graphic novels, if they're really into cooking, we were just talking about realistic fiction, whatever genre they're interested in, it is a targeted time once a week that says, you are not graded, but you are to come into this space because reading has value and find something you love. And I think it's really important to teach them about who, we're in the process of raising adults, right? Who are they going to be? This is very formative time for them to learn what their interests are.
The kids come to the library for different reasons. Some kids come because they want to check out books. I have one young lady who she's checked out 125 books this year. So she literally comes to the library for books. Other kids come because they want to hang out with their friends inside. They don't want to play outside. I have a lot of what we call passive library activities here. I've bought puzzles, the kids play games, and I think it's just a different kind of like learning that they do in here. That's much less structured than regular classroom learning, but they do learn things when they're in here.
I have worked in a lot of different districts. The one thing I will say is that working in a funded space is wonderful, because this community says we value literacy, we value reading, and they do. I think for me, it's that the students really love the school. Like they love being here. They love being in the library. I see them in the mornings at valet, and I see them when they leave at during. They love the school. And that's, if you had said to me before I came to this district, you're going to have students that just really engage with the space and love the space and love coming to school, I would have said, okay, sure. I mean, yeah, but they love the school. They love each other. They love coming here. And it's very apparent when they walk in the doors every day. And as an educator, and especially as a librarian, it's infectious to me. It's empowering to me to see them, just to see them be so stoked about everything,
I've been with the district for about 8 years. So I've been a little bit of everywhere, and I really like it. Everybody seems to be a team player. It's just they're all beautiful campuses. The kids always, for the most part, seem to be excited just to be at.
I like that they are so inclusive and that they have support for all kinds of students, not just like your neurotypical students. We have so many paraeducators. We have so many facilities like the wellness center. If you need someone to talk to or you're going through some rough things, like those things didn't exist when I was in school, and I went to a pretty great school. And I really like how they really look out for every kind of student. They're there for everyone. I'm trying to grow our collection, and I'm super thankful that we have a district where like the Education Foundation gives money for books. Frightening number of school districts that your library budget is honestly just limited to whatever you can sell from book fair. Right now, our library is still considered a small library because we only have about 8 books per student in the school. And it's actually supposed to be like the California like average, or the suggestion is supposed to be 20 books per kid. So it is super important that we continue to have our healthy budget, that we can continue to order more books. Some of our reference stuff is like from the early 2000s or the late 1900s, as my 16-year-old likes to call them, like from the 90s. So that's something that I really, moving forward, I really would like to move toward, like lowering the average age of the book in our library and just more books. Because the kids, like, I've added a whole bunch of graphic novels and I can't keep those on the shelves. Like, the kids absolutely love them. I have so many reluctant readers that like only like sports, and like we only have a small sports section, and I'm trying to add to it, but I have, budgetary limitation.
Not all kids love reading, and that's fine. We just maybe haven't, we will get to that. The library is a community space. So it's a space where they can come and play chess or checkers. They can check out drawing books. They can do other fine motor skill activities, but it's a community space. And so because of that, they know that they will be accepted no matter what they bring into the space, because the space is for them.
I make fun zones. So when they walk in, they need to sit down, crisscross applesauce, and then they know that if they pay attention, which usually they do, I like to have them participate. So they'll say, "Oh, do we get to participate in the book today?" There's always that one friend. And for example, we did the bad seed and the sour grapes. And when that character either gurred or had a little saying, I said, "Okay, this is your cue. When I point to it, give me your best grr." Or so they love to participate like that. And we started doing a joke before the story time because they're a little antsy, and it's like, okay, whoever's sitting quietly gets to be the person to tell the joke. So they'd come up. I feel it's important because they got to stand up in front of their classmates. And even if they couldn't read, I read it to them quietly, and then they faced the class and they said it out loud. They picked the friend that they think would know the joke. So again, we're giving them a little bit of what it tastes like to be empowered and to use your words and not to be fearful to speak. And they really look forward to that.
This is going to sound like ridiculously self-serving, but I hear that I'm their favorite teacher, which don't tell their teachers that. They feel part of the community here in the library. They know that Miss Jen knows their name and that she knows what kind of books they like and like which ones they still have overdue. And I think they just really like being part of the community here.